This radioactive substance decay problem isn't really a really hard one, except that it requires some rearrangement of that formula using logarithmic laws. So we start off by finding the K, given that the weight is 10 grams and after 50 hours. Substituting these two values, we have 10 is equal to 20 e to the power of minus 50k. Now rearrange and simplify. We have e to the minus 50k. So how to solve for k? Well, I'm going to ln both sides. ln, and you remember that one of the laws says that ln e to the x is equal to x. So how does that fit in? That means that ln a half must be equal to just this exponent. And so it's fair to say that k would be equal to 1 over negative 50 ln a half. And you'll probably also understand that that negative does not belong exactly to the 50. It can be written overall, so we could just write it as ln a half. Why am I making such a fuss over it? You'll see. This is really worth knowing, so I'm going to put it aside over here, and I want to concentrate on ln a half. Now you know that by law, that really means that it's minus brackets ln1 take away ln2. Now because we've got the minus sign in front, I can get rid of the minus sign by saying it's minus ln1 plus ln2. To make it look really better, I will start with ln2 minus ln1. Now, according to our law, that really means that it's ln2 over 1, which really can be very succinctly said as to be ln2. So all the way from minus ln a half, we ended up with ln2. So in that case, if I move that ln a half, minus ln a half, and I can now write this to be ln2, 1 over 50 ln2, which can be calculated graphically to be 0.0139. But we're not going to use the decimal equivalent of it. We will use this value here for k. So into our above equation or formula, we will write down that it's 20 e minus t on 50 ln2. I want to also add that there's another way of rearranging this particular minus ln2. So the other way I could do it, if I've got minus ln a half, I might want to put, this is one of the laws that we use, is that we say it's to the minus 1. And in that case, what we've got here is ln 1 over a half to the power of 1, which is the same thing as saying ln2. So that's the second way of working this out. That's number 1, or you could do it in this way. Both give us the same result, ln2. So we now have this equation here. We can continue working through the next part of the questions. To find the weight of the radioactive substance present initially, after 24 hours, and after 1 week. And so initially, when t is equal to 0, this will become e to the 0, which is 20 grams. And if we wanted to find the decay after 24 hours, we will just e to the minus 20 over 50 ln2, and we use the calculator best to find this value of 14.3 grams. After 1 week, we need to change the week into hours. So 7 days times 24 hours, 168 hours altogether. And we put that in 20 e to the minus 168 over 50 ln2, and once again just use the calculator. 1.95 grams. And how long will it take for the weight to reach 1 gram? We'll just use that equation down below here, but we will substitute 1 gram for the weight. So 1 is equal to 20 e to the minus t 1 over 50 ln2. So a little bit of rearrangement, and 1 divided by 20 is equal to e minus t over 50 ln2. Remember the trick that we did before? I'm going to both sides by ln. So I'll multiply both sides by ln, so that will be ln 1 on 20, and this side is going to be ln e minus t over 50 ln 2. And remembering that law ln e to the x is equal to x, we can rewrite this as ln 1 on 20 equals, this time just the exponent part of it is ln2. If I rearrange that minus sign and put it to the left over here, I hope that you'll be able to recognize what we did beforehand. This can be rearranged to be ln20, just like we did before. So we've got t over 50 ln2. And as I want to find the time, I'm going to rearrange this 50 and ln2 to go on the other side, and we have 50 ln20 over ln2. And we can now find our time. which is to 16 hours. And that makes it approximately 9 days for the radioactive decay to 1 gram. Okay, to find the rate of the radioactive decay after 100 hours and 1000, we'll need to differentiate our formula. And the formula rewritten here again, but I'm going to rearrange it because we want to differentiate weight in with respect to time. So I'm going to just rearrange it slightly so that it's easier to see, and I will prefer to put ln2 over 50 here and multiply that by t, because it's easier to use the chain rule now here. So dw over dt is going to be, if we do the chain rule and write ln2 over 50 multiplied by 20 e to the minus ln2 over 50 t. So to find the radioactive decay after 100 hours, just substitute that into our differential dt and just use the calculator. Put this in and obtain a value of 0.0693, which, by the way, is negative. And we need, because this is a rate, so we will need to have grams per hour. And this means that the decay after 100 hours is 0.0693 grams per hour. After 1000 hours, dw over dt, just the same thing, insert all the values, well, for t, which is 1000, over 50, ln2, and once again, all we need to do is use the calculator to get a very tiny value of minus 2.64 times 10 to the minus 7, and it'll be grams per hour. And we can conclude that the decay after 1000 hours is minus 2.64 times 10 to the minus 7 grams per hour. And lastly, we just showed that the rate is BW for some constant B. And this is so easy because we've already shown right above here that the rate is equal to this equation. That's our rate. I'll rewrite this down here. And our original W, looking closely at it, you can see that this W is actually this part of the rate. So we can actually write that dW over dt is, okay, and that means that dW over dt can be written as B times W, where B is equal to minus ln2 over 50, which is a constant. And I will be posting more rate of change videos, so if you'd like to subscribe, you'll get them.